It's official, the Duke Blue Devils are the #1 team in the land, but the AP voters are not the only people impressed by Duke's performance on Saturday. We got a lot to break down. What's up, guys? I'm Matt Long. Welcome to Duke Basketball 365. If you're a Duke Blue Devils fan, please hit that subscribe button. Only 10% of viewers are subscribed to the channel, and it really helps me out a ton. But let's jump right into the news for today. 1 o'clock Monday afternoon, we got the updated AP Top 25 rankings for men's basketball. This is coming from Pete Nakos on X. This graphic coming out before ESPN had it updated, before the internet in general had it updated, and we can see the Duke Blue Devils #1 after our massive win versus the Michigan Wolverines in Washington, D.C. Feels pretty amazing. Love to see it. But what it actually means for us is in the bracketology, we now have an easier path because we get to see Purdue as our 2 seed. Our 3 seed is going to be Gonzaga, or as of today, which is they're ranked 9th in the predictive analytics. So you're not, it's a pretty standard 3 seed. However, Gonzaga's only game against a team with size was Michigan, and Michigan beat Gonzaga by 40 points, 61-101. So Gonzaga against Patrick Gongba, their best player, Graham Ike, is going to struggle. That's a team that I would love to see in our region for March Madness. We can also see, looking at the advanced analytics, despite the victory versus Michigan, we did not jump over them, but a 1-point difference. The game is played on the floor. It's not played on spreadsheets. So it doesn't matter who wins the game in terms of spreadsheets. Duke, the #1 team in the country. Final thoughts on the AP Top 25 poll. Virginia is now moving up to 11, meaning this Saturday, Duke versus Virginia will be a top 11 matchup in what is, hasn't been a very competitive matchup over the past couple seasons, but historically, Virginia, very, very good college basketball program, and it looks like they are back. As far as the ACC goes, UNC still hanging around with the Caleb Wilson injury at 18. Louisville, who we absolutely smashed, at 24. Now, quick update with the advanced analytics. The only thing they are still telling us is, despite the loss that Illinois suffered at UCLA, we do not want to see Illinois as our 2 or our 3 seed. That's absolutely catastrophic in our region come March Madness. We don't want to see them. Other than that, a net rating of a 37.21 essentially means, on paper, a confirmed Final Four berth. But we know the games aren't played on paper. They're played on the basketball court. We will continue to monitor how these continue to update. However, we heard before the game started that a 5-star recruit, Colton Hiller of the 2028 recruiting class, was going to be at the game, going to be taking a look at both Duke and Michigan. Michigan under Dusty May has been a flipped program. They've been really good. So it's possible that he's also there to look at Michigan, but the #3 overall recruit in the country, come on, he's there to see the Duke Blue Devils. And we put on a show for Colton Hiller and the other recruit that was also there. But Colton Hiller, the #3 recruit in the country for the 2028 class, #3 small forward, #1 player in the state of Pennsylvania. He's a 6'6" small forward who weighs 210 pounds. So not the tallest guy in the world, but I mean, the #3 rated recruit in the country is the #3 rated recruit in the country. The people, 24/7 Sports, put this graphic together, and they know more about recruiting than I do. They likely know more about recruiting than you do as well. We're going to go ahead and trust their number. But more recently than that, we heard that Mason Collins was a second 5-star prospect who was also at the Duke versus Michigan game. Mason Collins is also a 6'6" small forward, this time coming from Wilmington, Delaware. He is 6'6", 195 pounds, and another 5-star recruit rated as a 98 overall, according to 24/7 Sports. They have him as the #9th ranked player in the class of 2028, the number 5 small forward in the class, and the number 1 player out of Delaware. The 24/7 Sports composite rankings, which is an average of 24/7 Sports' rankings, ESPN's rankings, Yahoo Sports, Rivals, and On3. Also, everyone agrees a 99 out of 100, 5-star recruit, number 9 player in the country, number 4 small forward, and number 1 player in the state of Delaware. Mason Collins and Colton Hiller both watched the Blue Devils win a big time game in person, which can only bode well for their recruiting journeys down the road. Although them coming from the 2028 class, their decisions are far from made, but this was the first impression for both of these players, and Duke made the exact first impression that you wanted to see. We showcased the atmosphere that Duke brings to the table by requesting that we use real NCAA March Madness tournament balls. We showcased the preparedness that comes with playing for the Duke Blue Devils, and of course, winning the game, showcasing the strength of the program, if the program really needed to showcase any more strength than it already has in the past. Just overall, a masterclass by Duke, and something that will propel us to hopefully finish this season out strong. 4 more regular season games before we get into the ACC tournament. Looking at our advanced analytics from KenPom, they are giving us better than a 72% chance to win each and every game. They are projecting the closest game to be at NC State on Monday, March 2nd. So that is a week. That's a week from today, right? Yeah, I believe that is a week from today, as February, only 28 days. Let's keep that in mind. But first game we got on the docket tomorrow night versus the Notre Dame Fighting Irish in South Bend. We are being given a 91% chance to win that game. We are rolling in with a top 10 offense in terms of offensive rating, and the number 2 defense in the country in terms of defensive rating, and being given a, what I honestly think is not a generous enough projection of a 15-point victory, 77-62. I don't see Notre Dame putting up 62 points against us, but in what is a game that is likely going to see a lot of garbage time minutes, maybe they can use that garbage time to score some points late. 15-point difference, solid. 62, I think that is a little high for what we are expecting out of Notre Dame. But then this Saturday, big game against UVA. We are being given an 83% chance to win that game because it will be at Cameron Indoor Stadium, but that will be a big-time game. Over the last couple Saturdays and the next Saturdays coming up, it's a tough day every single time for Duke. Just got to keep our heads down, keep working hard. UVA this weekend. Next Saturday is North Carolina. And should we be in the ACC championship game this Saturday, after that is when the ACC championship game is scheduled for. I've been having a ton of fun watching these Saturdays. It should only continue. Can't wait to see how the rest of the season turns out for the Duke Blue Devils. That's what I got for this video. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video all the way through. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and go Duke.